Welcome back to another adventure down the rabbit hole of news. People say they prefer good news, but do they actually really? Well, McGill University, which is kind of a famous university in Canada, if you're not familiar with it, but equate it to the Harvard of Canada, set out to find, whether people actually prefer good news, or why do people feel like the news only reports bad stories. And what they did is they set up a little experiment. And all the participants they told were being a part of an eye tracking experiment. And so they were led into a room and they were told, go around the websites, here are some news sources, CNN, MSNBC, whatever you want, the New York Times, Washington Post. Go ahead and click around whatever articles you want, but make sure you read the full thing because it's important so we can get a measurement on your eye tracking, just so you read the full article. So pick whatever you're interested in. And then after that, after you read a couple articles of the news or whatever, just so we can get a measurement of your eye tracking, then we're going to have you watch a video. And after the video, then we'll ask you some questions. And so they picked some articles, and then they read the full article so the machine could get a track on their eyes. And then they watched a video, and then they asked questions. And they answered the questions, and after about 20 minutes, the participant went out, and then they got a new participant. And this went on and on and on. It turned out, though, that none of that mattered. The eye tracking was all just a made-up fabrication to get the participant to not think about the articles they were choosing, to make sure they weren't aware that the study was actually about their choice selection of news. And what they found was that humans naturally just choose negative news over positive stories. In a random controlled environment, humans naturally gravitate towards negative stories. Now, they did a further digging into this, and they found that people on a survey that are more interested in political news and current affairs are even more likely to gravitate towards negative news. And yet, when the McGill University study asked people, do you prefer negative or positive news, most people said they prefer positive news and to hear about positive news stories, and that the news too often runs stories that are negative. And yet, when they were in a controlled environment and they thought nobody was looking, and they were just browsing around for articles to read so that the machine could track their eyes and that the news stories that they would read in full, they naturally clicked on and read the full articles of negative news stories. Total counter opposite to what they said they wanted. So why is this? And scientists have developed a theory called the negativity bias, which is that we've evolved to more quickly identify and gravitate towards negative situations and negative stories because we want to learn from it, right? It's a way of learning without experience, and so it's a survival mechanism at the end of the day. And so therefore, we're more attuned to negativity than we are to positivity because it helps in our natural selection. We're more keen to pick up on whatever natural disaster is occurring, what negative thing befell this individual, so that we can look out for it in our own lives. In lab experiments, when they just flash words like cancer, war, bomb, versus baby, smile, happy, humans pick up on the words cancer and war and bomb faster than they do with baby and smile. They're able to recognize and internalize those words faster than baby and smile, even when baby and smile are more commonly used words in the English language. Even though you don't see bomb or war as often as you see the word baby or smile, humans intuitively pick up on those words much quicker and process them much quicker. And once again, that relates back to the negativity bias, that humans are just more attuned to negative news because they think on at least an amygdala level, a natural selection level, that by paying attention to those things, it'll help them survive. It gets to the root of our evolution. Another interesting hypothesis that was posited by this McGill study, the two researchers that did this study, is that most humans actually feel like they're above average, that their lives for the most part are positive. And so they're more intrigued by the negative stories they read because they feel like, oh, that's outside of the realm of our day-to-day experiences. Life is positive, therefore these negative news stories are more novel. This is also kind of an illusionary bias, right? Everybody goes around in life, at least, in modern first world countries, thinking they're slightly above average and that things are positive, and therefore when they hear about the earthquake or this person, getting trapped in some IRS thing, or the FBI kicking down this guy's door, this seems novel and new and, negative and whoa, this is outside of my day-to-day life. And so they gravitate towards it more than oh, look at this cute cat or bird or baby. Because they view that more in the purview of their normal day-to-day life versus these negative stories. And so therefore, not only do they view it as novel, they're also more likely to remember it. Just a little bit more of interesting psychology there. Anyway, if you guys want to suggest a video down below or watch another video, as always, you can click around, left, right, you know how it is. As always, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.